Yo, what it do? What it do, YouTube world? Hey, y'all know how the shadow ban works. I need y'all to share this out there, get it out. Get some folks up in here. I know everybody gonna, end up catching a replay on it. I know how the game works. YouTube put this out like, maybe tomorrow. Trader MVD was live. I'm learning more and more about this for this channel right here, y'all. So do yourselves a favor and share the stream. Get it out there. That way, more people can see the live version and not the replay. But feel free to take the replay, clip it up, do what you got to do with it, share it out there. And we're going to have some quick little fun here, y'all. Just a little bit of fun. But I will be right back in a second to get this popped off. Short little live stream here. And share it out there, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. What it do? What it do? What it do? Thank you to everybody here catching this live and everybody that's catching the replay on this. I tell y'all what, Shadow Band is amazing. And y'all see, I'm part of the Bird Gang on StreamYard. I let my StreamYard go. Yeah, just wasn't worth it. And, if I decide to stay on this side of YouTube and really boost up content like this, I will crank up, another YouTube. But I don't know. I just don't have the energy and patience for it right now. This fight, it's circular. However, the more guys we wake up, hey, the better it is, you know. It just what it is too. My other channel, you know, is what it is. My other avenues, you know, getting out there in the sphere. It's, you know, life is looking good. However, right here, this dating and mating side, this red pill stuff, uh, you name it. Just I don't know, like who are we really helping? Matt, facts, free zone, bird gang. But who are like we really truly helping in it? And this stream right here is, you know, is going to be about the message of being the truth, being aware, and knowing what's going on versus religious zealots who, regardless of what you say to them, like our way is, you know, the way. So with anything, you know, we put out here on this side, it's going to reach a certain number of individuals and they'll get it. And then maybe they'll pass it on, a few others will get it. But by and large, for the most part, oh my God, how dare y'all say something like that? And I don't want to be in an echo chamber. I can just watch other people's content for that. You know, I go on, you know, some of the big time creators and enjoy that. So what I'll do is just make my commentary on a few things while I'm deciding what I'm gonna do here as far as YouTube, whether I'm gonna go in on this. I go in hard enough on Twitter as it is X Twitter, and I watch all the other guys, you know, wake people up. But sometimes, you know, I get caught up in this. And, you know, I had a slightly viral moment in this battle here on Twitter, just unintended, with Andrew Wilson of the Crucible in regards to, you know, the whole battle between Myron Gaines and Chase, you know, Christ Pill versus Red Pill, which led me to a video that Andrew Wilson did a debate with Casey Jones. He's a guy I follow on Twitter now. He's living a good life down under on about 1,000 acres of farm, got animals, and he has, I don't know, like about 3 or 4 wives or more. I don't know, but he's got a bunch of women. You can see from the thumbnail. He's got a, let me see if I could put this thumbnail up here. I don't have that feature anymore. Okay, there we go. I don't have the feature anymore to share a thumbnail on here, but I can do this right here since I'm part of the bird gang. Boom. There it is. So Andrew Wilson had a debate on X with the guy who's living this kind of life right here, Casey Jones. He ain't bothering nobody. He's just living his life with his women on a farm in Australia, former soldier. And if you're watching this, I shared it with Casey on X. So if you're watching this, salute, bro. You're doing it big from one soldier to another. He's let me take this banner down here. Yeah, Clue. Andrew is Rachel's husband. You know, shout out to Rachel Wilson as well, doing big things. But he's living life, you know, not bothering anybody, has his family, doing it his way. But it goes against, you know, the Christian, well, this modern Christian way of thinking. Well, you know, Christian zealotry, which is do as I say, oh, regardless. But I have another hypothesis as to why this is happening. But in the meantime, you know, we see how he's living. I want y'all to see how the other side is living, that being, you know, the feminist side. Because they say the red pill is the opposite of feminism versus the red pill, you know, is in its roots biblical, some Proverbs type stuff. But if we're talking the modern aspect of the red pill, It's a reaction. It was a reaction to feminism, which really sparked up in 2002 and then went bananas, I'd say around 2017. And now it's like really taking off this whole fight. Bam, bam, bam. Like, oh my God, these red pill guys have figured it out. So before I get into the meat and potatoes as to why I think they're so mad on the Christian side, I'm gonna play a video, y'all, of the other side, of the extreme to what the red pill was a response to. Now, this video, if you got kids around, like, yeah, really take them away right now. I'm giving you a warning, like a 1 minute warning. Get your kids away from the screen, close their inches, close their inches, close their ears. And oh yeah, while you're at it, y'all, donate to the channel, support the channel. Cash App is at the bottom, and in the pinned comment, hit the Cash App. But the video I'm about to play, move your kids from the screen. There's no nudity, but very foul language. But this behavior, female behavior, is what the red pill was a response to. You know, the truth. Like I said, the praxeology of the red pill, shout out Roland Tomasi, it's just the truth that this is the way of the world. And from the places I've worked at, from where I've been all over the world, from what I've seen, I'm sorry, y'all. This is the harsh truth. So if you're not ready for some harsh language, close your ears and wait till you see just me on the screen again. But this is the truth. So if any of y'all have seen this video, you know where it's going. So let me go ahead and play this. Warning, y'all. Warning, warning, warning.
My boyfriend was asleep, so I wanted to go fuck my ex real quick. So I drove down to the gas station, let him cream pie me, and then I came home to sneak into bed. My boyfriend woke up and then wanted to fuck me, and he started eating me out and told me how good my pussy tastes, and he's eating my ex's cum out of me, and I never told him. My boyfriend was asleep, so I wanted to go fuck my ex real quick. So I drove down to the gas station, let him cream pie me, and then I came home to sneak into bed. My boyfriend woke up and then wanted to fuck me, and he started eating me out and told me how good my pussy tastes, and he's eating my ex's cum out of me, and I never told him. My boyfriend was asleep, so I wanted to go fuck my ex real quick. So I drove.
Yeah. There's nothing else. What can I say? Like, what defense does the other side, have? Is that, oh, you guys are degenerates. You guys, or a free zone. I warned you, bro. I warned you. I gave you 3 warnings. But what defense? Real quick, y'all. What defense does the Christ pill, the feminists, the women that took down Obsidian, the haters, what defense do they have against, men who are, red pill aware, going their own way, SYSPM, monk mode? What defense do they have to say against this? The Jesus pill folks. There it is. Y'all are just degenerate. They will turn around because here's the deal. That woman's ex, she's an alpha widow to that guy. That woman's ex, he's part of that top, 15 to 20% guys that can have their way, that are out there just doing what it do. But for the most part, by and large, these guys that are, in these movements that are deciding to, go separate of mainstream society, that, fall under this red pill umbrella, let's blame them. These guys are part of the 80% of men that are just living their lives, that are just, you know what? I just want a nice woman by my side. I want a house, 2.5 kids, a dog, a station wagon, a minivan. And I just want to raise my family in the suburbs. And these guys weren't able to achieve that So they went on YouTube, they went on, X, So Suave, Reddit back when it was okay to be red pill. And they found other men and they shared stories, they shared tales, they shared experiences. And it just built and snowballed into this huge movement. And that 80% of men, the guys who I coined the term stepdad pipeline, these guys are like, nah, we're not going to be cucks anymore. We're not going to be stepdads anymore. I'm going to get my passport and go to Thailand and marry me a thin, friendly, submissive Thai woman. Hey, I'm going to go down to Colombia and get scoped. Why? It's my right. Shit. If I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out, in between the legs of a big booty Colombian woman. It's male agency, y'all. The guys that play part of the social construct community. If they decide, I'm gonna go date a white woman, playing the Cradle Crown game, y'all. If they decide that, so what? Their business. They got with a couple guys on YouTube, on the internet, or Facebook, and said, bam, we're tired of being part of this 80%. So what did the Christ Pill folks do? Instead of going blaming this chick,
down to the gas station, let him cream pie me, and then I came home to sneak into bed. My boyfriend woke up and then wanted to fuck me, and he started eating me out and told me how good my pussy tastes. And
all right, see the look on her face? These Christ Pill bros, all these other folks, they ain't blaming this woman. Oh, you go, girl, slay queen. Oh, come to church. We can save you. Oh, yeah, come to church. Put a veil on. Go to a nunnery. We can save you. Jesus can save you. Repent. Jesus can. All right, cool. But we ain't forgetting, girl, you can go to church all you want. You could do everything. You could do all that. Jeez, whatever. You could go put the veil on. You could go join the Taliban and wear a burqa, a niqab, whatever those things are. But at the end of the day, we're not going to forget this video right here. Yeah, facts. Saying he could at least went and got a shower. But let me give a shout out real quick to my man Free Zone, who hit me on the Cash App. I got something for you. I still got the good stuff up here.
I want to know. If I showed up to our dates wearing this, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take her to church. I'm gonna put a Bible in front of her. I'm gonna cover her up, and I'm gonna take her to get the word. Appreciate it. Y'all go ahead and hit that Cash App, y'all. If channel what we got here. Man, why are my notifications on? Oh, I know what my notifications ain't on. Because I'm connected to my headset. There we go. You going to church with her? But so y'all, let me go ahead without I'm about to say, let me go ahead without further ado and get into the video here. So just the backstory. I'm not going to play the whole video. I'll give the backstory on what's going on. My man Casey, who is in Australia, living down under, he's on a farm. He's got 1,000 acres or so, 4 wives, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 wives. He's got more. He's red pill aware. Ex-soldier, soldier for life, former adult film star. And he's not bothering anybody. He's just living his life. But the Crucible brought him on. Andrew Wilson decided to tell him why his life was wrong and how he's causing damage to society. And I'm telling y'all, I'm going to tell you why that is. I just got to pull the video back up here, y'all. My bad. I had the video queued up and I took it down. So I got to go back into my history here. There we go. And what Andrew is going to call it, what they're discussing here is the red pill paradox. And I'll let y'all just listen for yourselves what the red pill paradox is. It's a little 8-minute part of the conversation between the two of them. And I'll let y'all listen in. And if it plays here, what is going on? All right. So pay attention to the demeanor between these two. Share audio. Audio's two. The two's audio. There we go. All right, come on, y'all. Yeah, I thought that free zone, but not really after watching this. No. What's going on here, YouTube? Man, I'm sitting here like I should have downloaded the video first. All right, hold up a second. All right, y'all. Let me share this on Edge. I forgot, y'all. It's part of the shadow ban. When you try to share videos on Google Chrome, if you're shadow banned, they don't really like it. So let me do this here. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, there we go. I had to do a little something different there to share the video, y'all. So here we go. All right, let's take a listen here.
This is the way things are. But you can't get an ought from an is. You can't say we should do based on what descriptively is true. In other words, I can't tell you because it's descriptively true that a woman is beautiful, you should have sex with her. I can't base what you should do off of what descriptively is true. That makes no sense. So when I'm asking you about shoulds here, right, these are moral questions. And what they're asking you is, should men enter into polygamous relationships? You say, well, it's up to them. Okay, that's fair enough. So you're morally neutral on it. You don't care one way or the other if they do or they don't. But we still run into this paradox. What you've actually created is a paradox. And you know what I call this? And this is one of the reasons I want to have this conversation with you. I have a term for this. It's called the red pill paradox. And you just demonstrated the red pill paradox. And let me explain what the paradox is so that you know.
Take it through me like I'm.
Yeah, I'll walk you through the paradox.
Like I'm an 11-year-old or a very smart Labrador.
There's a fight that's going on right now between the Christian conservatives and the red pillars on Twitter, which is probably why your tweet popped up in my feed to begin with, right? Or I was tagged or something like this. But essentially, the red pill has this kind of point. And the point is that if it's true that the top 10% of men are basically getting all of the chicks, by the time the women figure out that their sexual market value is gone in their 30s and they're not going to net one of these guys, they settle for some other dude, some other guy. And one of the ways that they're able to do that is they do the pour some holy water on that whore's head, right? Mm-hmm. And then she's ready to go. I've seen this time and time and time again.
All right, so right there, Casey is living his life, not bothering nobody, and Andrew is telling him that he's contributing to the red pill paradox here, which is basically part of the apex fallacy. 15 to 20% of the guys are smashing all the girls on the bottom while they're riding the cock carousel. That phase that, girls go through between like the ages of 18 to 27 before they get, hit that epiphany phase, realizing like, oh my God, I gotta save myself. I gotta find a good guy. Let me go to church. maybe find a good guy. And as I said before, I truly believe, the reason, the Christ Pill guys are mad is those Christ Pill guys they're down here in the 80% with the rest of us. We're down here. We're down in the 80%. The Christ Pill guys are like, well, this is how the world ought to be. They have autism. We should all go to church and we should get wives and treat our wives good and take them to church every Sunday. Do I got to play the video of what that girl did? She snuck out to go hook up with her ex, who's in the top 15 to 20%. So the autists, those Christ Pill guys, they're looking at the red pill guys. Everybody's down here in the 80%. We're not Tate, we're not Waller, we're not Myron, we're not none of those guys. So down here in this 80%, you got guys that either were on the borderline of being in that top 15 to 20%, or they watched the Fresh and Fit podcast or took real world classes from Tate and decided, you know what? I want to be up there. I want to be one of these high value guys, like Kevin Samuels described. Rest in peace to the great. I'm going to get my money right, get my game right, frame, muscles, all that stuff. Shout out to MLD. I'm going to do all that stuff right. And now I've lost weight. I make, $10K a month. I drive a nice car. I got a nice apartment downtown. I know how to dance salsa. I got a good haircut. I wear the fly shoes. I go on beautiful vacations. I go take care of my mom on Sundays. Guess what happens now? Now this guy's moved from the 80%, and now he's in that top 20%. Now he's on the top 20%, and boom, now the women are coming to him. He's getting those women who were in their cock carousel days, and he's getting those women. And now he's able to he can't live the life exactly as a Jay Waller, but good enough. He can build a rotation, spin plates, do all those things. And now the Christ Pill guys are looking at him like, why are you doing that to my future bride? The Christ Pill guys know that they have to settle for alpha widows. When those women come off the carousel, when they hit the epiphany phase and they decide to go into church, the Christ Pill guys, I can save her. I can put a ring on her finger. But at the end of the day, y'all saw the video I played from that chick. I'll play it again. Let me play it again, y'all. Let me take them off the screen. And I'm going to play this video again for y'all. Told you. Where's it at? Ah, right here. Let me go back here. The Christ Pill guys are dealing with alpha widows. And when they hear, these red pill aware guys talk about game in the system, they know that potentially they have to deal with this.
My boyfriend was asleep, so I wanted to go fuck my ex real quick. So I drove down to the gas station, let him cream pie me, and then I came home to sneak into bed. My boyfriend woke up and then wanted to fuck me, and he started eating me out and told me how good my pussy tastes, and he's eating my ex's cum out of me. And
Do I need to play it again, y'all? Do I need to play it again?
I came home to sneak into bed. My boyfriend woke up and then wanted to fuck me, and he started eating me out and told me how good my pussy tastes, and he's eating my ex's cum out of me, and I never told him.
All right, y'all see the look over here on dude's face. If you're a Christ Pill dude and you pulling the alpha widow out of church, this is the look every single night when you go to bed and you look over at her and she's got a smile on her face. When she's dreaming, is she dreaming about the dude that alpha widowed her? Excuse me, y'all. Hey, y'all, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me. Oh, shoot. God, man, you can't have two racist white women in the chat at the same time. Yeah, we got Jenny V and Stormfront in the chat at the same time. God. Now, but let me get back to the video, y'all. Let me get back to the video. Let me come back to it. Share screen. Man, I got to get the real StreamYards back, y'all. This is annoying not having like full StreamYards. All right. There we go. Share audio. Boom. Let's continue.
I understand this. Okay.
Yeah.
But what creates the paradox is this, is that red pillars such as yourself, who describe this descriptively as being a problem and a destructive force to the actual grounding foundation of Western principle, then yourselves engage in it. The exact same thing. You just relabel it something else. But literally, you're doing the exact same thing as the problem in which you describe society is suffering from. It's a paradox.
It's they're complaining about whores while making whores.
It's it's a paradox. It's paradoxical. What you're doing is the exact same thing that you describe as the problem.
Could I offer a potential insight into why that might be?
Because, well, I think I know. It's because you've become a nihilist. You don't think that there's a solution, so you just check out and like, fuck it.
No.
Now I want y'all to see right there when, Casey respectfully said, "Hey, may I, offer a solution as to why this is?" And Andrew decided to answer the question for him. That's a feminist tactic right there, y'all. Like, no. And while we got it up here, y'all, before Casey gives that, I know my man Free Zone, there's autism on both sides, though. The difference is who it's directed towards, but within each group, there are winners and losers on each side. On the Christian side, yes. On the if you look at it in a holistic sense, just the umbrella of the red pill free zone, the losers are the ones who basically actually approach, the red pill, the truth from the as if they're on the spectrum. Those are the losers. If you just look at, the praxeology itself and apply it, 2 + 2 = 4. Basically, if I get with this girl who's been around through her whole life, and now all of a sudden at the age of 32, she decides she's a godly woman and she's got a body count, out this world, and she's, done porn, hardcore, boy, girl, hardcore, blacked.com. There might be a chance that I may be asleep one night and she'll sneak off to the gas station and come home, and, I might not like the dessert that's waiting for me. The guys, the losers on, our side are the ones that refuse to accept that. No, I can save her. No, I listen to all these channels. I read all 5 Rational Male books. I read Coach Greg Adams' book, Richard Cooper's book. I read the Bible from front to back, but I still think I can save her. Those are the losers, man, on this side. Versus just, hey, man, 2 + 2 = 4. I mean, if you want to say 1 + 1 + 1 = 4, cool. If you want to say 2 × 2 = 4, at the end of the day, it's still all going to add up to 4. But you have a certain group of men on this side that no matter what you tell them, no matter how much they read and how crazy meathead red pill they go, they'll try to convince you it's 5. All right. Hey, Sam's spot on. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. I ain't got to get into the losers on the Christville side. Y'all already know. Most of y'all come up with, most everybody over here on this side has been to church, 1-2 times in their lives. And they know what goes on in the church and sees it. So right now, like the Christ Pill bros are taking a major L. Major. But I'll continue.
I don't think that's the case. I think people are playing the ground as it lays. They're dealing with the problem that they're faced with. They didn't choose this. Men didn't choose this. Even the top 10% of men who are fucking all these women, they didn't choose this. Most of those top 10% of men who are fucking all those women, given the chance, would happily give it all away to just have the love and dedication of one really amazing woman who wasn't incentivized to fucking destroy him. We don't want this. Most men don't want this, even the highly promiscuous ones that are just slaying models 24/7. Given the choice, when they're in bed at night, they'd much prefer the love of a wife and the dedication of a wife, and to hear their kids wake up in the morning and run in and jump on them, than post Instagram photos of their hotel in Dubai. They don't want this. The red pill guys that they're playing the field as it's been handed to them by a broken society that was broken before they got there, and they're trying to figure out a survival mechanism all the way through. And one of the survival mechanisms
is to be
one
hypocrites.
of the survival. No, one of the survival mechanisms, and
All right, y'all. So, as Casey stated there, and I can attest to this, you know, as being one of those red pill aware guys, at the end of the day, if I'll speak for myself here, you know, I'm about to turn 49 this year, y'all. I know it's crazy. Like, but I got like 17 days, I'll be 49, y'all. If I could go back to age 22, when I got married the first time, if I could go back and I could, you know, reach out, you know, to God himself and be like, hey, I have two beautiful kids already, and I want to have my daughters, my two beautiful daughters to come. If I could do that all over again and get with a woman who will be totally complimentary to me and build a family to the point where I'm turning 49 and I have a big old house, a farm like Casey, and lots of grandkids running around, like, yeah, I won't live the hedonistic ways that I did in Germany, all over the US, Honduras, Dominican Republic, Haiti. All the hedonistic things that I've done, I will give them all back. The life that I've lived, the fun that I've had, I will give it all back. If I could go back in time and switch it up. Hey, fuck you, Clue. I'm rooting for the Chiefs this weekend. I'm be a Swiftie. I know next weekend I'm gonna be a Swiftie. Because, you know, as the Christ Pill Bros say, us RP guys are just enjoying the decline. Oh, that's what's up. But yes, y'all, I would go back in time. And, you know, Mrs. MBD has said it too. If she could go back in time and me and her could get together, you know, and then, you know, make things happen, cool. It is what it is. But she'd have more changes to do than I would. Because I go back in time, honestly, y'all, I could do it. I would. And a lot of red pill guys in the space, I guarantee they'll say the same thing. We didn't choose this fight, y'all. This fight chose us. I'm just one of those guys who got together with other guys on the internet, you know, thousands of miles away, different countries, different cultures, different skin tones, different ethnicities, different nationalities. And we all looked at each other and we were like, damn, you went through the same thing too? You got fleeced like that too? And these men came together and they were like, well, hey, let's talk about it. And a couple of those men wrote books, created blogs, created websites, and it went out to the masses. So we've optimized, y'all. We've optimized how we're living, and we're just passing it down to, a couple, cats. Hey, I spoke to a guy the other day. Here, I'll put it to you like this. I ran into another guy the other day, fellow soldier, just out the blue, ran into him. He was at a bar downtown and near the Riverwalk in San Antonio celebrating his birthday by himself. He turned 40, and his wife, also 40, didn't want to do nothing for him for his birthday. Didn't want to go out with him, get him a birthday cake, nothing. Said, nah, you be all right, you good. And, come to find out he's 100%, disabled veteran like myself. And he's stay-at-home dad. She's out there working. And I was like, hey, man, here, text me. I'm going to send you a link to a channel to go watch. And I sent him to, one of these guys' channels out here to where just shoot the information. It's up to him and whether he takes it or not. But as soon as he told me what was going on in his house, I already knew, bro. She sees you as less than her. Y'all are both veterans, but she's out there working and you're a stay-at-home dad. Like, women only look across and up. So even though, y'all are across from each other, she still sees you as below because you're a stay-at-home dad, and that's just not natural. Men are supposed to go out there in the world and slay dragons. And the natural inclination of a woman is to look for a man who does that. So is what it is, y'all. Let me continue on here. And oh yeah, free. Yeah, man. Swifty all day, man. 49ers ain't winning this one next Saturday.
You may call it that, but
how is it not a hypocrisy to say that the problem is the whore makers and I'm one of the whore makers? How is that not a complete hypocrisy? How?
I can't speak for everyone else. I can't speak for other people. But what I can tell you is that one of the, and this is selfish, I'm not going to deny that this is not nihilistic, but it is selfish. It is, well,
this is a metabolism killer, this is a metabolism killer, and this is a metabolism killer.
If society is burning and I can't put it out, at least I can save myself. And this is
a selfish ideology.
There 100%. There's a huge selfish element to it. And in your ideology, from my crash course on Andrew Wilson that I've taken over 24 hours, is a idealistic and altruistic ideology. And in that it's noble.
It's duty.
It's noble.
Well, it's not just noble, it's paramount for all of those values and things that you seem to like so much about Western society, especially masculinity.
And
right?
there's
masculinity can't exist absent duty, can it?
No, it can't. And I'm 100% on about duty. And I understand where you're coming from. And I empathize and identify very strongly with where you're coming from. What I'm trying to do is give you my insight into the other side of the equation in the hope that you might understand why these men are making their choices. They're not going out there to try and make whores. One of the things they're trying to do is one of the reasons that young male promiscuity is advocated for in the red pill is because it is one of the only strategies to essentially take pussy off the pedestal and to exert.
That's a Christian strategy too.
That we all need to take pussy off the pedestal.
Yeah, but that's a Christian strategy, and that's not a red pill strategy.
You have yours. It's been around in red pill for a very long time.
It's been around a lot longer in the Christian church than the red pill.
I'm not going to argue with you there, but in contemporary dialogue online with a young man seeking answers, one of the key pieces of advice is you have to take pussy off the pedestal. You've got to.
Now, that's where, right there is where I really got to call bullshit on Andrew Wilson. Taking, not pedestalizing women is is the pill itself, is the red pill. If you want to put one of the most important aspects of being, red pill aware, the truth is that you can't pedestalize women. You can't put them on top. And sorry, Andrew Wilson, but the church, the modern church, not what's in Proverbs or the rest of the good book. No, the modern church tells you to simp. The modern church is full of simps. The modern church tells you to simp. And show me where the church hold you accountable. Y'all remember last year when TD Jakes tried to hold women accountable? Man, they put that they shut that down real quick with TD Jakes. Ain't nobody. Who else? Like, you got guys like Steve Harvey and like Jordan Peterson still even tell you simp. Go out here, simp, pedestalize women, and roll the dice and see what you get. Now, as Casey said, how do you not pedestalize a woman? You go out there and you get experience. You get experience, you deal with women. Now, if you go to church, here, I'm gonna pull this down, take this off the screen here, and pull this up over here. If you go to church, go to church once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. How do you end up not being this guy right here? If you're celibate, abstinent, you don't deal with women, you have no idea how to maintain your frame. You haven't dealt with women. How do you know that you're not getting this?
I never told him. My boyfriend was asleep, so I wanted to go fuck my ex real quick. So I drove down to the gas station, let him cream pie me, and then I came home to sneak into bed. My boyfriend woke up and then wanted to fuck me, and he started eating me out and told me how good my pussy tastes, and he's eating my ex's cum out of me, and I never told him.
Seriously, y'all, 5 years from now, she'll be in church. She'll move from Miami to Idaho, Montana, I don't know, a missionary down in Mexico City, and she'll join your local church. She'll put a long sleeve shirt on, cover up those tattoos, and she'll come to Billy Bob. And oh my God, Billy Bob, I love your farm, Billy Bob. I love your muscles, Billy Bob. She'll put on 20 pounds by then. Anybody in the chat, tell me, if Billy Bob's been sitting there his whole life, he's been a fanuke his whole life. He hasn't dealt with women. He hasn't spun any plates. And 5 years from now, her plus 10 pounds, 15 pounds, runs up on him and like, ooh, I love you, Billy Bob. Ooh, you're going to make an honest woman out of me, Billy Bob. How's Billy Bob going to know what he's dealing with? Tell me. And the only comeback from the Christ pill guys is, oh my God, you guys are homemakers. Look here. I'm going to tell y'all fellas this. If you out there spinning plates and you're out there running around, traveling or in the club, and you start dealing with women, these women right here on the screen, they start to stick out like a sore thumb. The ratchets, the ran-throughs, the single moms. You know what? Run through them. Like, yeah, use them for recreational purposes. Use them. And keep it, keep it between you and God. Don't put your business out there. Like, let the red pill guys that are on YouTube and Twitter and, Trade NBD tell you what to do. We'll catch all the flack. But y'all young fellas, don't get shamed. Don't get shamed by your family and then telling you, no, stay here and marry a queen, marry a freaking 4-time baby mama and stay up in the trap. Or freaking adjacent to old block in Chicago or out in the trailer park. No, just do that. Be a good man and take her to church and she'll act right. No, screw that. You will never know that, just like right there on the screen, was asleep. All you'll be is asleep. I'll tell y'all something from being a bouncer. and watching wives come in there, seeing wives get ran through, seeing. And let me show y'all right now what's going on YouTube, a movement. And I'll just put this right. I don't even got to play any video. I got to play it. Rotational dating, powerful for powerful, high achieving women.
I just talked to you about the mindset around funneling and why.
Oh, I forgot I can't share this on Google. 1 second, y'all. What's the timestamp? 1:37. Funneling, y'all. That's their term. Funneling. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. All right, so let me bring it back on the screen here. All right, y'all. So women nowadays are calling it funneling. Funneling. Women spinning plates are calling this funneling. What? Lewis Hamilton signing to Ferrari. He's finally leaving Mercedes? Freaking vegan advocate. Trash. All right, so let's hear what funneling is, y'all.
And what does it actually mean? Because what I wrote to my client just now in our private group is I said, funneling is not just for like Americans, let's say, right? Funneling doesn't depend on your country of birth or culture or whatever. And I could see where she's coming from. And I want to explain this. So I think a lot of women think that this whole dating different people at a time is like a Western idea. In the West, we're sexually liberated. We can date different people and we just date, right? In other cultures, it's not the same, right? And we get caught up, I think, in the semantics of it, like arranged marriages, for example, or cultures that would really, really look down upon what do you mean you're dating different people?
All right, so it's a quick thing, y'all, and I'll leave her up on the screen. Funneling. Now, polygyny and polygyny are completely different things, y'all. And I'm not talking about people that are in some kind of alternate lifestyle, the kink community or nothing like that, that just go out and sport fuck. What she's describing is the opposite of polygyny, actually dating multiple men for the purpose of, enjoyment, seeing who could get the biggest benefit. And these guys that scream, "Oh man, you're a homemaker." No, they're not a homemaker. They were already hoes to begin with. The good girls aren't going to be out there putting themselves in the way of, the Casey Jones, the Trey MBDs, some guys that just got red pillow wear later in life and just decided, okay, cool, I can game the system. Yes, I'm gonna game the system to my advantage. But you did this, and so what? Male agency.
Get over your one-itis. You have to stop idolizing her. You have to express and exert a sense of self-ownership and autonomy and non-reliance on her. And when you've never had the love or the affection of a woman, and you've never had intimacy with a woman, and you finally have it, dudes turn into simps, and women abuse that. And one of the
I just want you to notate, though, as you kind of you are rambling a bit, right? I'm trying to be as fair as I can possibly be to you, but you're not actually answering to this paradox.
I'm saying that the reason for the strategy is that if they've stacked enough bodies, as they say, they overcome that. They are then more capable of asserting themselves with more autonomy and leadership in the relationship of their choice. And there's truth to it. This is true. rightly or wrongly, this is true. Sure, a lot of other people get fucked over in the way. Sure, a lot of whores are made in the way. Sure, a lot of other beta males downstream have to suffer for that.
So then it's over.
It's a selfish strategy.
Totally self-centered and selfish.
But it works for the guy who does it.
Yeah.
And that's
and there it is right there. It works for the guy who does it. There it is. Save yourself, Western man. Save yourself. And then come back and build community with like-minded men. It's a simple recipe. Yeah, that was a troll, Free Zone. He put that up there as a troll. And it worked. They were going nuts in the comments, bro. It was like Ninja Tube in the comments. I watched the replay of it. I looked at the live replay, the comments, before I did this stream, and yeah, they're losing their minds, man. You think ninjas are wild, man? Christians are crazy when it comes to the ninja stuff. But the link is there, y'all, for anybody that wants to come through. This was just a little short stream. Talk about this right here. If anybody, if anybody wants to come through. Man, that just, my thing is this, y'all, male agency. Why, what does it matter? Like, what does it matter to the Christ Pill guys what I do with my penis? What does it matter to y'all? Well, my bad. If your wife is sneaking out late at night to smash your ex, I can see why, the Christ Pill guys would be a little bit mad. Hey, baby, you going to that Bible conference in Las Vegas this weekend? Hey, honey, I heard there's a woman of the church retreat in Miami. Hey, honey, the ladies are going to Jamaica this week for this week for choir rehearsal. Yo, that's what happens, y'all. What's up, LA Thorn? What it do, man? Thorn, if you're there, I can't hear you if you're there.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. I said this in the chat. A hog is going to be a hog. It doesn't matter how often you clean it, it's still going to do what a hog does. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to, you can't reasonably expect it to be a horse. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm referring. That's cool. I'm kind of referring. I'm not trying to denigrate women or anything like that, but if you pay attention to, what she the information that she tells you, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just relying on that, like, say for instance, like, oh, I've been with several different relationships, or if this is like my first one, or like sometimes you can find red flags in the most innocuous of things. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I say that both parties, Andrew and wife training ain't wrong, and yes, there are reasons why society is indeed broken. And
hold on real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, your camera's on, Sam. If you want to have it on, okay. There we go. All right, bringing Sam on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sure you guys are in the middle of something I didn't hear because I was in the back. But go ahead.
No, go ahead, Thorn.
Yeah, society is indeed broken, and yes, you have to deal with the consequences of actions before, of people who have come before you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, there is a possibility of reformation with some people. It's not always going to be the rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, my father and my mother were both alcoholics, but they have recovered, they have sobriety and all that. And it works on some people. Some people will always be an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to learn, sometimes the hard way of when to move on,
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's like, I just hate to be the guy, whose wife's running off to the gas station in the middle of the night.
Oh my goodness.
Man, you wouldn't do Mr. P like that, Sam?
That's some sadistic shit. Like, it's already bad enough, obviously, but like, you couldn't clean yourself, like take a shower and then get back into the bed. Or let's just say you're lazy and disgusting and don't shower after intimacy. Like, say you're not in the mood or you don't feel good or something. Use your womanly powers. I got a fucking headache to avoid that shit. Like, I just think that she didn't like that guy, and it was in some way sickening and like humiliating to the guy, and she enjoyed some level of humiliation that he was licking her, that other guy's, stuff off of her.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. As soon the first time I heard it, I was like, she can't stand him. And
yes, exactly. She hates that guy. Yeah.
She had to settle. She enjoyed her fun life. She doesn't have it anymore. And she's like, I got to settle for this guy. He's going to pay the price.
Which is messed up because she's using she said the ex-boyfriend, I believe, as, kind of as the in-between weapon, which sounds like there's a good chance if she's still into him and she's still, seeing him on the side, there's a good chance that it's that gentleman that doesn't want to be with her.
Yeah.
And he's just getting some extra on the side,
And like, man, I know it's in Rollo Tomasi's book, and a lot of guys have said it and realized that women will gladly share an alpha versus settling with a beta. And I think that's one of the things that's truly irking the Christ Pill guys. They're realizing that they're going to be the guy she settles with, not her first choice.
Well, yeah, less so alpha and more so financially stable,
Yeah.
It's like, you don't need to be alpha. You can be some short, fat, like geeky, mouth breathing, nasty looking, decrepit dude, and a woman will still be all about it if you're, hella financially stable.
Yeah, but even those guys, I mean, matter of fact, God, might do a stream on it one day. Casey on his Twitter page has betas, high value betas, what you're describing.
Yeah.
But the guys I'm talking about, the Christ Pill guys, that they're like the autism guys, they just want the world, this utopian Christian view of the world, what they're looking for. And
I was telling you in the comments, like, I've never seen any of these, like, Christian red pill type guys. All the Christian-esque, like, somewhat red pill guys I've run across in all the channels, they've been very, like, vehemently into wanting a woman who's, like, a Christian, like, almost more backing Andrew Tate mentality.
But that's the difference between the Christ Pill guys. The Christ Pill guys are like, oh, how dare you sleep with more than one woman? How dare you spin plates? This, that and the other, like, oh, you're just as bad as feminists. They want this purist, way of living, when they weren't purists themselves.
So,
and yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, so I understand it on a level. First, I would say that honesty is a big part of that. and then secondly, that can go bad quickly because on some level, though it's a natural male-female dynamic, at the end of the day, it's still this open, what do you call that? The LGBT do it, and they're like pansexual, open relationship bullshit, and it's like 3 or 4, 5 dudes and women, and they're all together, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it creates an unstable environment for the children. Very rarely does that work out. So I can see how it could be, it could create an unstable environment for a child to not feel secure. And it really needs to be done well.
Well, all the situations like that where, you know, if it's one woman, multiple men, or it's, you know, multiple people, multiple couples together, can it work? Has it worked? Yes, but the likelihood decreases, like,
of course,
immensely compared to the situation in what Casey has going on, where it's God, him, woman, child, and he has complete authority and respect.
Yeah, but even then it doesn't always work out. Like, haven't you ever seen like Sister Wives? They're almost all divorced now. Like, the kids are a mess. They're like, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Well, the problem is those guys aren't red pill to begin with. They're not aware that when you go into those sister wife type situations, that's guys trying to apply biblical, you know, modern biblical principles to basically spinning plates.
Yeah.
No, it does not work unless you're aware completely of female nature.
I think it takes a special type of individual to really be able to make that work.
Yeah, I wonder what the divorce rate for Mormons are, man. Because don't they, Mormons? I'm pretty sure they engage in like having multiple wives. I wonder like what the divorce rate is. You know?
I know FLDS does, but I'm not sure about Mormons.
Well, the thing is that you can't simp. You can't be, you know, in a polygynous relationship and be a simp at the same time.
Of course, yeah.
And that's, you know, those denominations, that's what happens. It's like, oh my God, you can't. And here's the deal. You have to create a hierarchy. If you go in there simping, man, you're going to have cat fights. You're going to have like all hell breaking loose. Like when one's on their cycle, they all hit their cycle at the same time. No, fuck that.
Sounds like you got a Tour de France right there.
Hell no.
But I agree with what you were saying right before I came up about, you know, men, that regardless that men should like really honestly not have much to say about what other men are choosing to do with their like
penis,
with their lives. And I really feel like the MGTOW movement has been kind of overtaken by what it used to mean, which was men going their own way, aka doing as they see fit. And now it's turned into this very like monk, almost black pill, I don't want any relationship with any woman. And if you were to say, I want to have 2 wives in my life and, you know, have all the dominance, they would say that you're fucking cucked and you're just being used for money in every direction and that you're not choosing to do as you see fit. And it's just like they've really narrowed down the definition of what it means to, you know, do as you see fit as a man. And even if that's it, if you want to have one wife and live a nuclear lifestyle, man, fucking do it. Go for it. Like, that's your choice as a fucking man. Like, I don't understand why everybody's in everybody's business about what it is, you know. I just don't get that.
Yeah, Free Zone makes a great point. You can either save the men, or save the community at the point. You can't do both. And I add another thing to it. Before you save anybody, you got to save yourself. And here's the thing. If you get into a situation like Casey, say it, he runs into some Mormon sister wives stuff where it doesn't work out. That's still his choice.
Of course.
If he was a beta dude and didn't rule with an iron fist, and it didn't work out in his favor, all right, cool. That's his business. He has to learn from that experience and move on. You're not gonna be, the Christ pill dudes can't come in and shame him. Oh God, you're freaking the collapse of society is because of you, Casey.
As long as he has plans on having children, I say go for it.
Yeah. Oh, he's got kids.
Oh, does he? Good.
Yeah.
And to Free Zone's comment, I definitely save the men because, as the saying go, a rising tide raises all ships, and the men are the tide.
And you're still gonna need people to power the boats.
The community will orbit along men who are mentally healthy, fiscally stable, and are good leaders and all that. The community will orbit around those individuals if you can build those leaders up. They come along. It comes along with it. Everything gets better just by doing that, fixing the base. That's what I believe, at least.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely can't build a society up through simping for women or putting women on a pedestal. It doesn't happen, because I think Myron, it was a cut from Myron in Cheyenne when he went on that dating show where he sits down across from that light-skinned British chick, and he said that once you love a woman, once you're in love with a woman, you lose all your power as a man. Like you said, you could be in love with a woman, but once you're in love, meaning that complete unconditional go crazy, it can lead to violence. Because if you love a woman, and this is the difference, if you love a woman and you find out that she went to the gas station, got bust down by her ex, and you went down on her, all you're gonna do is kick her out and you're gonna chalk it up. You're gonna go down and have a beers, let your buddies give you shit because she posted on the internet. And you just, hey, I'm gonna go to Mexico, I'm gonna go to Colombia, get that out of my system, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna reinvent. But if you are in love with that woman and she does some shit like that, you're going to get your 45, your pistol, your 9mm, or your hatchet, and you're gonna freaking unalive her.
Man, I disagree with that so strongly. I think no way. I think you can be severely in love with a woman and not react I'm lost for the word right now.
Okay, so Sam, you know what my channel used to consist of, and all the guys dealing with a certain type of men, a community, a certain type of pig.
Yeah, that's a fucking, I don't know, Pookies and Ray, but any truly stoic men who are secure in themselves and shit will be like, fuck that bitch. I loved her. I gave her my heart, but I'm not going to let that bitch ruin me and ruin my life or ruin my, my kids' lives and everything else.
I wish that was the case, but most men, that's what he said, that one-itis. Once you get that one-itis, if she pulls the gas station trick, that dude's gonna shit. I could pull up clip after clip right now if I, wanted to really lose my YouTube channel of dudes unaliving women for shit way less than that.
Man, yeah, to me that just is a guy who can't control himself. He would probably start a fight with a dude in a bar overlooking at him sideways too.
Yeah, the thing is that when you fall, and I know for women it's a different being in love for women is different than being in love for men. When you're in love as a man for a woman, is that everything stops when it comes to protection, providing and guiding and leading, basically, for anybody else. and you put all that energy into your woman. And that's protecting, providing, and guiding. If you give her guidance and she goes against it and decides, hey, I'm gonna go out here and do this, okay, then you lose these 3 things. However, if you do those 3 things, she doesn't reciprocate, and then you go on to the next step of putting your heart all in it, and she goes out and breaks it, hey, I'm getting the fuck away from that dude. I don't know what the fuck he's fixing to do.
I agree. I understand.
Yeah. It's a tough sell. We got Free Zone up here. What's going on, man?
What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good? Another aspect of it too is that guys who are extremely in love like that tend to let themselves go. You know what I'm saying? Like they tend to stop doing the things that cause the attraction in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So they might stop going to the gym, stop eating well, and just start to let themselves go. So then when these kinds of things happen, they know they've been fucking off for so long that they might realize that they're food out here.
Yeah. I'm totally with
you
Clue,
with the dad bod. Yeah, man. That's a no-go. That's a no-go.
Yeah. Well, we'll ask, Sam's up here. Like
I actually
Sam.
like a little bit of a dad bod, not like a frumpy dumpy dad bod, but
you down with the Homer Simpson?
Not exactly, not the Homer Simpson, just a little softened look, because I also don't want a man to look like he's deformed and all jacked and roided up either, like just fit but soft. Is that hard? I know it's so difficult to explain, but there's definitely and even dads will tell you there's something called like the dad attraction or something, where you start to get that look, and it's a very a look of security and softness and approachability. I don't know.
No, that's real. That's real. Because ever since I'm telling you, ever since my kid done got here, the hoe's been on me, bro.
Dude, they say that you can tell. Even when you don't have your kid with you, it's like women can sniff that shit out.
Yeah, man.
A part of that is for women, for the spouse, is mate guarding. Like if a woman has all the resources, he's a good man, he's protecting, providing, leading. She has no issue with him putting on a little pounds, becoming a dad bod, because she knows no other woman is gonna, the baddies, the baddies of the baddies aren't gonna want that. So she's okay. So he's gonna play his video game. He's gonna go to work. All right, I'm pretty secure in this. He can have his little dad bod.
He's usually just eating better too, because he's got a wife. He's not out with the boys all weekend and every day after work. So he's, eating more consistent meals and resting more. Yeah.
I got a hypothetical scenario for y'all. So, say for instance, you're a single father, you have 2 kids, right? Maybe from a previous, relationship, right? You have custody of your 2 kids. What would a woman look for in would a woman be attracted to, say, someone who is like that, who has 2 kids, providing for those kids, successful?
I'll tell you,
absolutely.
That's pre-selection. That's pre-selection, bro.
Not only that, but the best option you're gonna get is most likely another woman who already has 1 or 2 children.
Got to stop you right there, Sam. Fuck no. If you're a dude, you got 2 kids, do not bring a single mom into your life.
Good luck.
Don't do it unless. And here's the thing.
Good luck.
But that's Sam. See, that's where your woman's thinking comes in. Me as a guy, I can tell you straight up. Even with 4 kids, a grandfather, I got single chicks with young chicks in their 20s all the time, just like, hey, take me, save me. No kids whatsoever, all the way up. Once you basically take, some red pill awareness, as we're talking about here. You do all the things, money, muscles, game, frame, do all that stuff, MLD describes. and you get your mindset to the point where, look, I'm not dealing with no, single woman. I'm a single mom. She's a single mom for a reason. Now, you could roll the dice. There's plenty of good single moms out there. You could roll the dice and be like, okay, maybe she's a divorcee. Maybe she's a widower. You could roll that dice, but that's the thing. You're still rolling the dice. Now, if you, and there's a way around that. And like we said, spinning plates, dating, multiple women, talking to them on the first time. Okay, how'd you end up raising, those two girls by yourself? Oh, my husband died. He was a soldier. He died in Syria. I've been waiting around 5 months now. 5 years now. And I finally decided to give this a try. But my time and this, that, and the other is dedicated to my kids. That is no issue. But how many of those women are out there compared to the ratchet single moms?
No, the only woman I could think that would even consider such is maybe a woman who can't have children of her own, that wants to be a mother to other children. Like,
Sam,
that's the only case in my head that I can think of that I would even consider a dude with children.
Sam, I'm telling you, if you are Mr. Right to a woman, Mr. Right now, and you check all her boxes off,
I'll always be third. I'll always be third.
But that's you. You're looking at it from the personal option versus that's what I said. Remember what I was saying about the red pill, how guys from all over the world came together, put notes together, and the patterns played out in generalities. We're speaking in general, not in nuance.
Yeah, but I think that most of those cases are talking about like stepdad, where like she's got kids, he's got no kids, and then he gets, and then all of the weight is put on him. Not like he has.
No. We're talking. Thorne's asking about men,
children of his own.
No, Thorne's asking about men with children.
Yeah, what I'm asking is that, like, say for instance, even though it's not the case right now, say for instance, I'm a successful guy, I'm an entrepreneur. I decide to adopt 2 kids because maybe I'm older. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm looking for a mother for those kids to help. You know what I'm saying? Or someone to be a mother to the kids, because I know that kid is either a boy or a girl still needs 2 parents. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So, coming from a woman's standpoint, what would you think? Like, what would how would that look to a woman? Would it still have the same connotation as?
So it would either be a woman with no children who wants children, and you're gonna have to be required to give her children of her own so that she feels secured into the relationship. You know what I'm saying? A woman who can't have children, who wanted children, who's like basically sacrificing her life and giving that space up in order to raise children that aren't hers, and that might be not yours either if they're adopted. Or like I said, I've seen many scenarios where, guy had 2 children, woman had 2 children. It worked out freaking amazing. They raised their families together. My daughter's father did that, actually.
Well, Sam, and that's that the Brady Bunch scenario is a generation that's gone. The Brady Bunch scenario, and a lot of guys, because of with the lack of social media, the lack of reach for women, that worked out for them. The lack of knowledge for men. So you had women that couldn't get attention all over the world, and men that that didn't know that they didn't have to settle.
Yeah, I think the problem comes where there ends up being like you said, like I was saying before, a woman brings 2-3 children into the relationship. He's got no children of his own, and like he's coming in to save a hoe.
Yeah, that's the whole stepdad pipeline. But the thing is,
that's different in my opinion.
If you have children as your man, and you try to pull the Brady Bunch stuff, you're still playing Captain Save-A-Ho. You still got to save her kids. When I tell guys, man, straight up.
But that's what he's asking her to do on some level too.
It's different. Women will do that. Women are natural nurturers. A man has to protect, provide, and guide. regardless. Everybody is below him.
Women these days, I feel like barely nurture their own children, let alone. I feel like stepmoms. They're usually jealous and resentful of the children. I don't see that.
Yeah, and that's why, you have to vet. And a woman, a woman with no kids, it's just a better option. Or a woman, an empty nester. If you're an older dude,
that's another thing. Yeah.
Kids. Like, make sure her kids are grown and out the house and don't, she doesn't have the responsibility of having, oh, let me go do this. I got to do this for my kids. My kids this. Oh, can you spot me some money to help my kid? No, fuck no. So I don't know. I don't believe in the whole stepdad, even though my dad, did it for my brothers. Yeah, but a different time, different generation. Because in the end, my parents ended up splitting up. So, and my mom didn't accept my sister either. So it worked out for my brothers, but it didn't work out for my sister. And we're talking 1970s here. And when I've talked to other men and older men who went through this, same thing. And if they could do it all over again, shit, a lot of these guys would have stayed in Vietnam and found a wife. Yeah, I didn't have kids. I get. Oh, hold up a second, man. I just realized something. Clue is simping. No, hold on. We gotta.
Oh no.
We gotta reward Clue for simping.
Niggas can be gay too, whether you like it or you love it, whether you're kissing or you're touching, don't hide the lust, I know you covet. Niggas can be gay too, there ain't nothing you need to hide. Video games won't really survive, tomorrow you might not be alive. Niggas can be gay too. Niggas can be gay too.
Hey, Clue, nobody, man. If y'all catch me simping up in here, man, for Mrs. MBD, y'all can hit me. And
Dude,
this is a no simp zone.
At first, I thought that was like a troll.
What's that? That video? Oh, you haven't been you didn't.
Dude, I thought for a second that was some like.
Yo, that's real.
That's some Saturday Night Live shit. I thought for a second, and I'm like, nah, they're serious.
But let me get whoa, excuse me.
It's real. Yeah, it's real.
See, Free Zone. While you're up here, man, what's your thoughts on Gas Station Chick, man?
Who's Gas Station Chick?
Man, do I gotta play it again? Oh man, they're doing a freaking
Boondocks
marathon on Adult Swim.
Have you seen
page.
Garbage Bag Baby yet?
You mean Brenda's Baby? Tupac talking about that way back when.
That shit was crazy too.
Hey, you got a crazy.
No, I mean that one that was in Walmart just like a week within the last week, and she had her kid in the carriage, and the kid was shivering, and it was wearing nothing but a diaper, and the people in Walmart literally like had to buy clothes to put on the baby, and then she was like throwing a bunch of frozen items.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, a little bit of it. That was crazy.
They locked her up, didn't they?
I don't know what happened after that. I just saw it like 2 days ago.
No excuses, Clue. No excuses, bro. We got mess with you, man. But man, Free Zone, I can't find it. I'm trying to find a video. Oh, the video you were cringe to about the chick going out getting cream pie and coming home to her man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's I mean, that's what hoes do.
So my question to you, bro, is,
go ahead.
My question to you is this: how can a Christ pill bro or somebody that takes the Christ pill know that 5 years before the chick they married 5 years before she wasn't doing that? The good girl they found in church wasn't the freaking gas station girl 5 years ago. How will they know?
I mean, unless they do their due diligence, they wouldn't. You know,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, they're more apt to trust a lot sooner because God pretty much fills the gaps of trust for them. You know what I'm saying? So they're better off like not knowing, like they're the ones that are more apt to keep a child and raise a kid that's not theirs. Just goofy shit, man. Just goofy. It's like, yo, you can love the Lord and still do, your due diligence. But that's why I was confused about Andrew, because I thought based off, and I haven't watched everything, but when you told me about him, I looked at a couple of his videos, and I thought that he was like a red pill Christ mix or something like that. Like I thought that he was on that kind of time.
Nah, man, he's on the Jesus pill, and he's pretty how can I say, pretty open-minded as far as to listen to both sides, because he has a debate channel. But at the end of the day, our church folks, they can't help themselves but try to they try to SBE men versus versus calling out the hoes. They'll try to SBE men. It's you guys' fault that hoes are like the way they are.
What the heck is SBE?
Oh, shame, blame, and explain.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what that is.
He's like, your life is bad, Casey. You're the reason why you're a homemaker. Now let me explain to you why. He said it straight up. Let me explain to you why. Shout out to Ramil, man.
I don't know. I kind of agree with the homemaking thing. Not being a homemaker, because for the reason is that you like puff up women's heads so fucking much that they think that they are more valuable than they really are.
Yeah, I just think that men are more apt to accept correction than women. So it would be more effective to talk to the men than talk to the women. It's not that women shouldn't be talking. Honestly, the issue is the way that these niggas do it is weak as hell, bruh. They do it from a position of weakness. And these bitches don't care, man. They don't care. That gas station bitch don't care.
No.
She don't.
No, she thinks because she got 2 guys in a day that she's about something.
There's nothing. Yeah, there is nothing that you could tell her to persuade her to go the Christ route. It's just not. Like, come on. Especially since the deed is already done.
She got an OnlyFans too, with men throwing her money in every direction. Like that it blows women's heads up too much.
Yeah. That dude Casey had me rolling, bro. No, real quick, man. That dude Casey had me rolling because hold on, LA. That dude Casey had me rolling because Andrew's argument was like, hey, you having all of these women and running through all these hoes is like messing it up for the rest of men. And there's a lot of arguments to be said against it, but his argument of, listen, man, do you think I really want to fuck all this hot pussy? Do you think I really want to do that? Huh? I think that's a wild ass argument. Like, I get what he was saying, but I think that's a hilariously wild argument. I think there was a little bit of troll in there, but that's a funny argument.
That's why I said that it's 2 things to that. It being a homemaker is that, and I know Andrew Wilson, I hope he doesn't take it personally that, he married a baby mama. Rachel was a divorcee, with a couple kids. He married her. And I don't know if she was living a religious life in her 20s, before, she became, the angel that she is now. Shout out to Rachel Wilson, especially on that feminism book. But I don't know if he was taking it personally or not. Like, oh man, you're a homemaker, because like I said, a lot of these guys that marry women in church, they don't know, like this 35-year-old mom or two who's, you know, teaching Bible school. What was she doing in her 20s? Was she the gas station chick in her 20s? And when they meet a guy like Casey, it's out there just how do they know Casey wasn't the ex in the gas station story?
Mm-hmm. Yep. My bad, LA. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. You got it, man.
No. I was just letting you speak. I accidentally hit the mic button real quick. But what I was gonna say is that you have someone like the gas station guy, the ex potentially. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why she's probably coming to him is because for whatever reason the relationship didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Like why would she leave him or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some frick. Like if like my thinking is if it was good enough in the beginning, why would you just run off and just just smash that the ex?
Well, I'll tell you, Thorn. Just gotta mute up. She's an alpha widow, and that's what I was saying. Is that I don't know if Thorn, man, if you're a nice guy, man. You're not an asshole, freaking like trade MBD. I've been Mr. Right Now, bro, the chicks. And I've been that guy where chicks would do the dumbest shit possible. Like, yeah, like lead a husband on a dime notice and like come hook up. I mean, I plead the fifth on some of the things I might have done in my past, but I know, like I said, I got things to answer to St. Peter for when I get to them pearly gates. And I know other guys that have been there. And I've also, like I said, I was a bouncer, man. I know what married women are capable of when they come to a club. It ain't pretty. And that way, once you get that ain't no black pill. That is going straight from blue pill fantasy to black pill. No red pill, nothing. And a lot of guys on that question you asked me, most guys out there aren't ready for the truth. They aren't ready. They'll run to church and be like, pray to God that what these red pill guys saying isn't true, because they got to go home at night and look at their wife who's in their 30s or 40s and start asking themselves, man, what the fuck was she doing in her 20s?
I mean, yeah, I mean, like just like how some, like everyone has a history. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it might be, useful to, while you're still vetting the person, you know what I'm saying? Like before you marry the person, like, talk to their friends, you know what I'm saying? Talk to their mother, talk to their cousins, you know what I'm saying? Like spend time with their family. I think that's one of the reasons why that, the tradition of, I'm not sure if it's universal, but, between religions, but most religions and most cultures, they require, each party to spend time with each other's families to get to know them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
That was perfect, man. Like,
right, but
even 20 years ago, that was perfect. Go ahead, Freezon, you got it.
No, but in my mind, I'm thinking of the scenario because it really becomes the question of, all right, let's say you meet a chick and she's doing everything she needs to do. She's handling business on all scales. She's firing all cylinders. And then you find out that, 20 years ago, she had some train ran on her. It's like, all right, well, what do? It may seem like it's very simple to just, okay, get rid of the bitch. But it's like, to me, it's not that simple. I don't know, man. To me, it's not that, especially if she's handling all the business and she's doing that. She hasn't done anything wrong as of now. And it's just like, you find out 20 years ago, something like this happened. Do you just wreck your entire family because you found that out? Because you didn't do your due diligence 20 years ago or however long ago that was?
I mean, that's on you. That's on you. I mean, like if I was in that situation, I would still stick it out for the kid's sake. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I would still, like I said, I would be the father to my son or my daughter or how many kids I have with a chick. But like after the kids leave the home and shit, leave home and all that, like they're out on their own, I'm liable to freaking divorce her. Depending on how bad the situation was.
Why wait?
It's like my kind of obligation to the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like depending on how young or how old they are. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're like 5, 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been through having a divorce twice. You know what I'm saying, with my mom and my father. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. I don't want the kid to blame himself or herself for mommy and daddy breaking up. You know what I'm saying? That's just my standpoint.
Yeah. So in your head, that would be considered a crisis for you, for like your relationship.
It would be. It's on a moral level. You know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't honest with me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I've been honest with my wife, about my past and all that, and she wasn't forthcoming with, what she did in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, that's trust issues. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, pause right there, Thorne. And this is the difference between, and this is like some red pill 101 here. My past, and I'm just going to use myself for example, and like I've talked to many hundreds of other dudes, same exact thing. My past turns women on. Like I literally like every week, I meet, people all over the place. I meet, when I meet women and they get a glimpse of what I've done in the past, whether it's, jumping out of planes, smashing hoes on different continents, or just doing crazy shit that I've done in my past, chasing terrorists or whatever, drug dealers in Central America. That turns women the fuck on. Like, it's like the 007 Sean Connery thing. Like women watch Sean Connery, they know Sean Connery's got his body count. And I don't care what race, what nationality, what planet they from, all women are turned on by Sean Connery. Yeah, we're just different species, man, men and women. You got it, Thorne.
I was just gonna say, like, Sean Connery dead. I mean, like, some people are necrophilia, but that's a side point.
Man, come on, bro.
But I'd say that jokingly, man. But I get what you're saying, man. Like, I mean, I know some people are turned on by like the secretary fantasy or like the freaking cheerleader fantasy or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone has their own unique niche that they're into. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, your scenario, yeah, it's gonna turn on to a certain segment of women. There's no shame in that, man.
No, bro, I'm not. God, man, Thorne, you gotta get that mic fixed. It's not me, man. You could. I suggest picking up the Rational Male, the easiest way to describe it, or just listen to any podcast, man, any masculinity podcast, and all the guys will tell you what worked and what didn't work. If she sees you as a little bitch, a nice guy, a church guy, she's gonna put you in that category to where after she has her epiphany phase of the wall, hits the wall, you'll be the nice beta to come in and swoop her up. But if she sees you, got it. Friezo, man. You got that video of the girl that old boy interviewed on the street, and she says, she's got 5 dudes, the Uber guy, the food guy, and then she's got, oh man, but I do got, he's like, how many of these dudes are you having sex with? And she's like, one of them, and she's like,
right.
And he's like, what about that guy? Oh, I'll never have a relationship with that guy. He's just for dick.
Right. Yeah, it's that is the world we live in now. It's cold, man. It's cold.
And, Casey Jones accepted that it was a cold ass world. He was a soldier for 20 years, man. I probably seen him in Afghanistan. He accepted it's a cold world and he adjusted. And by adjusting, he was able to get a couple thousand acres and a couple wives. I don't see what's wrong with that.
In Australia, of all places.
Yeah.
Like
bro,
Australia,
there's some baddies.
But there's some baddies, but Australia is like people complain about the women of the West and totally forget about Australia. Them hoes, it's been a oasis out there since before the United States. Like the United States isn't even the worst place for all of this stuff. You know what I mean? So if I was like there aren't enough traditional women here in the United States, so I'm going to go to Australia instead. That's literally moving backwards. And I say all that to say, I'm pretty sure one or two of them wives was hoes.
Bro, man, I tell you this. I'm gonna send you his Twitter profile, man. I'll send you. I'm not gonna share it up here. I ain't putting his business out in the street.
No, you good, man.
I'm gonna share it, man. I'm gonna shoot it to you on the Telegram.
Okay, cool. Like I don't know him, but I'm assuming like I don't know, man. I don't think that he has 5 traditional women that he's married to. I'm pretty sure that they like his program. They're up under it. They're being submissive to him, but they're past one or two of them have like a past that wouldn't. Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that per se. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it.
Nah, if they're on his program and like your past is your past. If they're on his program and it's working out for him and he accepts it, cool. Because here's the deal: if he's Mr. Right Now for them, they ain't gonna be running off to the gas station because they know the consequences. Oh shit, I lose this wonderful life I get if I fuck up an inch.
Like I was trying to say in the chat, they still have, I can't recall what it was, but they basically have in Australia what we call spousal support or alimony here for people who are not married. So if they're living together, all 4 of those women could all collaborate if they wanted and really, really grind that man down.
No, he set it up. You got to watch the whole video. The way he set it up is spectacular. He set it up in a legal structure that's amazing. It's a 3-hour video.
Even legal structure, the way that it works, at least in the U.S., like you can't just make some unreasonable, outlandish prenuptial agreement. It'll get thrown out by the judge. It needs to be somewhat fair.
No, I haven't seen it, but I would imagine is it something about like the way he arranged his assets?
Yeah. He made it more of a business. They're his tenants, basically. No like legal state involved. Like, man, he did it.
Just him putting all of that on record, he's still gonna lose in court. He's admitting it on like when women go, like if a man tries to hide money and she can prove that, like you're done. And he's like admitting that to the world. Come on, man, that ain't smart.
It's the laws are different in Australia. You got to watch the whole podcast.
They're actually worse. They're worse. They're even harder towards men.
But that's the thing. He's not married to. It's not.
I know. This is why I'm telling you that you don't need to be married in order to get spousal. Yeah. It's basically like California, but the whole
it's completely different. It's completely different in Australia. He broke it down, and I was sitting there like, "Damn, that's G." The way he did it. If I was to do it, I'd do it exactly like him. Yeah, and here's the thing: high risk comes high reward. If it works for him, his business.
Of course, that's how I feel. You do whatever makes you happy and works for your family, as long as the kids and everybody is happy and stable. Man, do whatever suits you.
Yeah.
And
I don't know his content. I don't know his content. So I'm just throwing this out there. But this is kind of how I feel about the Andrew and his wife thing as well. The problem comes is when you're trying to tell other people what to do and what the moral high ground, what the moral level it should be for their life. That's when if you're not doing that, live your life however you want to live. But if you try to come on YouTube as a moral authority to try to tell other people how they should live their life, you're gonna get put under the blade, bro. You're gonna get put under the blade. And that's why that what's that hoe's name that I sent you? Venti, whatever that bitch name. Always be
Brittany
attacking
Venti?
people. Yeah. That's why she's able to do what she's doing, because he's walking, whether regardless of right or wrong, he's trying to tell people how they should live their life. And when you start doing that, it's like, okay, let's see how you living. Oh, you with this bitch? Oh, okay, cool.
And that's one of the differences, biggest difference between the red pill and the Christ pills. The red pill guys like, yeah, I am spinning plates. Yeah, no, I am in a one-way open-ended relationship. Yeah, I can fuck other hoes, but they can't fuck other dudes. What? And that's what red pill dudes are, a lot of guys are coming out and saying. And, and they're really big mad because Myron's, is showing them how to do it. Tate's showing them how to do it. Its thing is that for me, if it's legal, why? Like, you're not going to change their minds. You can try to shame them all day long. It's mom like this. If your Christ thing works better than what Tate or Myron has to offer with multiple women, put it out there. Put it out there to the world and let as many men jump on it as possible. But when you start shaming others, that's when you open the door for freaking Brittany Venti and her people to come in.
Mm-hmm. That's what I say. And people do what they want. Like, it's like I'll get into arguments with people on panels, and they'll say, "Fine, then who should we listen to?" I'm like, bro, I'm not here to tell you who the fuck to listen to or what you should do. Fucking man, bro. You're a man. And it's just like that's what I'm saying, bro. 2024, there is no more of this giving people advice. If you're a grown ass man, if you're grown, you get no advice. You get no advice in 2024. You're old enough to understand what the fuck is going on. You've been soaking up gaming content, all this stuff. You should know what to do. If you don't know, then hey, you food. That's it.
Yeah, that's how I am with it, man. I'll put some videos out there. No prescriptions, just descriptions. I'll put some, this is the life I'm living. Me and my homies, we talk about these things. I'm gonna come up here and I noticed this. I'm just gonna talk about what I noticed. Now, if you somewhere, if you in where Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and you a dude going through shit, and you hear what I say, like, man, let me reach out to Trey, man. Hey, man, you think this might work for me? Hey, bro, it worked for me. Like, this is how it worked for me. This is what I did. If you try it, it's on you as a grown man. Don't come back here blaming me. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm just saying what worked for me.
Right. Oh, speaking of which, a little bit of nigga tube for you, bro. Did you hear about BGS's take on Passport Bros?
Nah, man. I can only imagine, man.
Check this out. I agree with him. He's talking about because it turned into this discussion about the black male image versus the black male agency.
Okay.
And he advocates for black male agency. And he got a bunch of dudes crying on his panels talking about, well, what if it makes black men look bad, his image? He's like, who gives a fuck? Who cares? But these guys, they're buying, but they're, well, he's been talking about the Passport Bros the last couple of days. And he's basically tired of people trying to dick police the Passport Bros. And, basically let men do what they want. They'll figure it out. And he's got guys coming in talking about, but they're making black men look bad. And he's like, who gives a fuck? And I'm like, yo, I'm rocking with BGS right now. And me, bro, I pretty much disagree with all of his Maggle crying bullshit. But on this, bruh.
Yeah, he makes there's certain minds that'll never be changed as far as niggas are concerned, but they make niggas like have to pass the sniff test. And it's a lot of guys don't want to have to pass the sniff test when they go to Colombia. They go to Thailand. But here's the thing. I'm with BGS too on that because them dudes are gonna go over there, they're gonna look the fool, look the fool of themselves, and they gotta deal with the repercussions. You know, when they dealing with racism in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, they get followed around the store in Korea. Hey, look, man, it's what it is. You know, you wanted to play the monolithic game and you wanted to like pro-black and all this. Now you got to deal with the repercussions of it. Own it. Don't be mad. This is what, hey, everything was good.
Yeah,
we
man.
had the 80s and 90s. Things were straight. But y'all wanted to go back to this. Y'all want to go back to this blackity black segregationist shit. So deal with it.
Right. And bruh, niggas was crying, man. Niggas was crying. He's like, yo, they turned into a whole bunch of depolicing to preserve the black male image overseas. And it's like
how can you do that? How can you do that? How can you preserve the image of I'm just curious. For me, I'm like this. I know that I gotta, Marxist Malcolm. I prefer to be judged by the content of my character. If that means that I have to dress nice, I have to have a nice haircut, I have to wear, clean shoes, brush my teeth, have some good personal hygiene about myself, be able to speak with dignity, be able to speak somewhat in the language of the country I go to, or if not, be respectful of the language difference. If I got to do all those things, I eat a sniff test. What's wrong with that? That means I'm now being judged on the content of my character, not the color of my skin. But all these guys, they want to be judged on the color, the color of their skin first.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
I mean, we know how you feel about that Stormfront.
Sorry, I'm eating over here.
Nah, you good. You good. We hear you even though you're not talking. We hear you. The Storm P energy is there. We hear it.
Real question, Sam. We know you all of about 5 foot nothing, like about 95 pounds soaking wet. And you walking down the streets of, I don't know, Niggerville, Connecticut, and there's like 5 freaking mop heads with sagging pants and big t-shirts on. They wear skinny jeans now, sagging now. Like,
that's
5
even
of them coming your way. Are you gonna like walk dead towards and be like, "Hey guys"?
Hell no! I will cross the street.
And I do gotta say, Trey,
side.
I never thought I'd see the day where I'd hear Niggerville and Connecticut next to each other.
The whole middle strip is like that.
Yeah,
bro.
Literally, if I go down the street right now and go to the little bodega on the corner, there's just gonna be like 5, 6 to 10 people
that's
just
crazy,
hanging outside,
man.
looking to sell drugs, all dressed up like wannabe thugs.
Like, yo, 10, 15 years ago, if you would have even suggested that there's niggas in Connecticut, they would have laughed you out the building. Like,
nah,
Connecticut.
New Haven, Connecticut was one of the most dangerous places in the nation for a while. And last year, Hartford, Connecticut was the #1 most dangerous place in the country.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, my brother, we used to deliver to a store up there, man, and I was in the late 90s. Man, fuck Hartford, man, between niggas and Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, we have a lot of Puerto Ricans here.
Man, bro, that was, I hated going to Hartford because I was like you at first. Oh, wow, I'm going to Connecticut. At least I'm not going to Hartford.
Might as well be like a, like they call a Chicago, shit, what do they call it? Fucking...
Trey, you thought you was going to Whitestown and you open the door, there's a nigga in there. Come on in, man.
Dude, it might as well be New York City. The whole middle strip, if you like the whole middle strip of the country, of the state, but everywhere on the outsides of the middle strip is beautiful farmland. All Stepford wives, upper middle class, beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that in Rochester, man, New York.
And it could be like 2 miles away too. You could literally have like huge fucking multi-million-dollar mansions, and then 2 miles away you could have a hood with friggin' shooting outside. It's crazy, like how close the like big difference in the wealth gap can get.
I just because man, I can't remember where I picked up that time from when I told you I was up there, Sam. When I picked up in Connecticut, I think it was like north of you by Newtown, where I picked up at. I can't remember the name of it, but it was by Newtown where Sandy Hook, where the shooting was at.
Newtown, that's literally like maybe like 15 minutes away from me. That's basically where Sandy Hook happened.
Yeah, it was all nice and chill. But like, man, it definitely wasn't Hartford. Even where I bought my Volvo at, I brought my Volvo in. What was that? I think I got that.
North Haven.
North Haven.
Yep.
Yeah, I still get emails.
North Haven is nice though.
Yeah, it was chill. But here's the thing. Free zone, I go in there, me and Mrs. MBD, we go in there, me and my white Dominican. And they're like, hey guys, come on in, welcome down. Sit down and get your new Volvo. Blah, blah, blah. But look how I'm dressed. Look how I talk. I ain't going in there code switching. Hey, y'all, what up? What y'all? Man, I got come in. Ain't number white niggas up in this piece. And what y'all crackers got for me up in this motherfucker? Oh, hell. Shit. Hey, babe. Man, these white people, they gonna rip us off. We might as well go somewhere else. I go up in there talking like that. I'm gonna get treated a whole lot different.
Yeah, we actually in North Haven, where Michael was working at Mercedes for quite a bit, they get a lot of black customers and a lot of like wannabe thug fuckers, and none of them can pass credit, and they're all in there super entitled, demanding not none, but a good percentage. Okay, not none. Everybody knows we never mean every single one.
Yeah.
But
we got you. Not all.
No, Jesus.
Y'all want to watch the distinction of how it used to be? Go watch American Fiction. That movie. I got to do a review.
I never seen it.
It's a new movie.
I've never heard of it.
And yeah, it's a new movie. It's about a dude he's an author and a professor, and he writes like, I don't know, like freaking books that, books like on like the Third Reich or Otto von Bismarck or something like that, or the habitations of the New Guinea people, for the last 100 years. He was a black dude writing books like that, but his books wouldn't sell. And he saw Issa Rae stars in it too. Issa Rae, that chick from Showtime or whatever. She was writing books where, black people do this. I went and killed so and so. Yeah, thug this. Basically Ebonics, a whole lot of nigga shit. And her books were bestsellers. And he basically, in order to become a bestseller, and I ain't giving this is all in the trailer. In order to become a bestseller, he has to sell out and start writing books like that. But what it doesn't give away is that he's part of this. His family is one of those Jack and Jill, like uppity boule type families.
Interesting. This is a TV show?
No, it's a movie. And the queens are big mad, bro. Big mad. They told the truth in the movie, bro. The movie complete. Mississippi is watching, and I'm sitting there laughing in the theater. I'm in the theater with nothing but like whites and Mexicans. I was the only brother in there watching this movie. And it was like when they put the stereotypes to make fun of black folks or whatever, and it's like funny. But this time they told the complete truth. Everything in that movie is exactly how it is. And so the community is big mad. Oh, I lose your free zone, Sam?
No, I'm here. I'm just my husband just got home,
my bad.
So I'm
my
chatting
bad.
and eating and.
Okay, but
I thought they were all about. I thought they were all about the truth, man. I thought the truth was.
Nah, but here's the thing. Why I bring it up. These are the Jack and Jill folks, and they still on the dumb shit. Is with going against white people, hating white people, white man bad. It didn't matter when they're at that Jack and Jill boule level. They're the same way, dealing with white folks. They're just uppity. But what used to happen is they used to look down on, like niggas in the projects now. But now there's no distinction. They're all one and the same.
In the movie, this movie's called American Fiction.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a big movie?
No, it's kind of low budget. And, it had a limited release on December 15th, but the reviews were like, they won all these film awards, and the reviews were so good that they put it back out. They re-released it 2 weeks ago.
Okay, because I'm sitting here wondering how you saw it in the theater. I'm like, this must have been a big movie that I haven't even heard about.
Nah, but it went up against that Magical Negroes, the School of Magical Negroes.
Another one I haven't heard of.
Gotcha.
Hey, David did a review of that, the Magical Negroes.
I can't date it, bruh. They're not even hiding it. They're not even hiding it.
So the black folks are mad on Black Twitter saying, the comparison between the two movies. They're gonna think Magical Negroes is funny, but they look at American Fiction, man. What do they say? Man, don't put white people in our business. Y'all get out our business. Kind of like Smith when you go over to like black, streams and you get on the stream.
Oh yeah, they're always like, what do you think you're doing here? You don't have a voice here. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, imagine if you ever came over to a white person's stream and they were like, you're not allowed to be here because you're black. Fucking the outrage would be fucking palpable.
Yeah, so that's what Black Twitter was mad about, that they actually told the truth to white people.
Oh, dude, all the time when I go to black spaces, I get that.
Why are you even here? Like,
why are you even here? Yeah, exactly.
Bro, that's the most bitch. Oh god, that's the most
some shit that I like want their dudes.
That's the most bitch made shit, man. Just
Sam,
you want our men? You're trying to steal our men while they're simultaneously talking shit.
Oh, girl, you gotta lean into that one. That's the lean in, baby.
I got to give the Strag some credit there, Sam. Their men want you.
Yeah, that's more what it is.
Hey,
yeah, man.
But
you're trying to steal our good men. That's what it is. They're worried about white women coming and picking off all the cream of the crop.
And I watched this, man, being a party promoter, man, and watching, and working in the clubs and stuff with all the fat strags or whatever there. And anytime a freaking a normal size, thin, petite, white or Latina woman would come into, a black space where all the queens are fat, man, all hell would be about to break loose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because niggas at the end of the day, they don't want fat chicks. They just gotta settle. They think they gotta settle. I like to think, man, she too skinny. That girl need a sandwich. Oh man, she emaciated. Like what?
I don't know. Anytime I did like stuff like that, basically all of the girls were thin. There was never really any like big girls like that.
Yeah, well, the community is a whole different, and they think it's normal, man. Yeah, black people, black women, we have different genetics, and that. I'm like, what? Soul Train? Anybody?
Yeah.
Well, weird because in Africa they're all pretty thin.
Oh, they get fat over there too.
They're hungry,
but
Santi.
like
they're hungry.
But the like. Not even. A lot of them are fit, but
no, I'm playing
that
with
shit
you.
They're fat, and that's why there's so much heart disease and diabetes, because if they're overweight.
Yeah,
same
that diet.
thing in the white community when you're overweight.
The high blood pressure thing, that's hereditary, a lot of it.
The number one death of black people is heart disease.
Yeah, but it's also
because it's
hereditary because they're carrying more weight than average.
No, it's hereditary.
Well, here's the thing about
it's both, babe.
Here's the thing about genetics. You're predisposed to certain things.
Yes.
If your family is predisposed to hypertension, and that hypertension is caused by eating certain foods, smoking certain things, and lack of activity, and you eat those things or you do the exact opposite, you're going to have great results.
Absolutely.
You'll
But
be-
you know, Asians are the same way. Asians are apparently like super, super, super sensitive, like to being overweight. Like they can have a very small amount of extra weight on them and they are like dying like flies.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked to hear that. And they also digest liquor differently as well.
Yeah, but the hereditary thing is kind of tricky because it's a combination of both, right?
Exactly.
So
it's a combination.
Because there's also the aspect of generations of eating the same type of nasty shit. Then there's the whole aspect of generations of, you know, the inbreeding that we talk about, Trey.
Yeah.
There's generations of that. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a mixture of things that when we like, I get the hereditary argument, but a lot of that stuff can be traced back to a set of decisions that were made by a certain group of people that have reverberating effects genetically.
Yeah, that's fair. I wouldn't say that like it's solely the responsibility of genetics. I guess what I'm saying is that when you see these numbers of like high blood pressure, heart disease, and you see they're higher in certain, you know, ethnic backgrounds, it's like, you know, that yes, some of it is, you know, environmental factors, but I mean, you can ask any doctor or anyone that you know, cardiologist, and they'll tell you, genetically speaking, like, you know, there's normal to see high blood pressure and heart disease, specifically with African Americans. And yeah, could you know, could they take care of themselves better and mitigate some of that? Sure. But even people that eat healthy, that do all the right thing, they still get in their 60s, 70s and have elevated blood pressure and heart issues. You know, there's like a good percentage of that.
Why.
You know?
Here's why, Mr. P. Clue's got the answer right there on the screen. That is the issue right there.
Because soul food.
The number one cause, and I'm a carnivore. I've been doing this nutrition thing since 2011.
Right, everything is, yeah.
Hey, shout out to soul food, man.
Hey, I've been doing
There's a time and a place. That's all I'm gonna say. Time and place.
I've been doing this keto, carnivore, low carb, paleo, any different form of low carb.
You click it.
I've been doing.
It won't. My sound won't come back.
Oh, it just did. Yeah, I was trying.
Okay, I don't want to catch, you know, Sam and Mr. P hot micing and doing things that aren't meant for, you know, my young ears. But what I was saying though is that in doing all this, you know, I've been low carb, every kind of low carb since 2011, y'all, with some minor setbacks here and there, you know, blowing up, gaining the weight and stuff like that. And then with the doctors now that I follow on the other side of YouTube, everybody, regardless of race, nationality, ethnicity, even freaking Samoans, when they remove soul food. And every culture has their own form of soul food. Mexicans with their damn tacos, Filipinos with them daggone lumpias or whatever they called, white folks with the, you know, the raisins in the potato salad. Everybody's, I'm sorry, my white people, I'm just messing with y'all. But everybody has their own form of soul food. And I kid y'all not, man, that is the number one cause. It's the food. Straight up, it is the food. Number one. Like, yeah, food's at the top. Then you throw in smoking, sedentary lifestyle, like alcohol, you know, all the other stuff, having